like in my area, you have a lot of people that are queer, LGBTQIA+, but they're not out the closet. Because our area is very much conservative, very much hickory dickory dock, very much 1950s, if you will. Okay? So they don't feel safe and comfortable to be out and about representing who they are. So again, how are you going to know somebody's intersex or trans or gay or bi or pan? How are you going to know? Or lesbian? How are you going to know? Right? Like, how are you going to know that? You can't just look at a person a lot of times and say, oh yeah, that person's intersex, or that person's cis, or that person's trans, or that person's gay, or that person's bi, or that person's lesbian, or that person's pan, or asexual, or demisexual. You're not going to know that off of the naked eye. So again, it's not like we're walking around with, hey, you know what I'm saying? So it makes it where it's extremely difficult even to use that as an option to potentially date or talk to somebody. You know, I bring that up before in other videos. So, you know, I'm not really saying anything new per se, but I just think like that's often left out of the conversation, and it bothers me because it's like, obviously, but okay. So with that being said, for my personal lived experiences, I'm not interested on a personal level in constantly engaging in situations that don't have my best interests at heart. Now, to each his own. Everybody gonna do what they want to do at the end of the day for the most part. Some folks will keep going back and forth out here and trying and trying and trying. Some people will run through a couple of bad apples and then finally meet the right person for them. Some people come out the gate and meet the right person for them, and that's beautiful. But obviously, that's not going to be all of our experiences. So, me personally, I'm 32 years old. My experiences have been pretty much abysmal. And I also acknowledge where I've gone wrong in situations as well. I acknowledge where my own actions and behaviors and or ideology or thought process or mentality or, you know, beliefs also put me in a situation to not be able to have a healthy relationship or be able to pick the right types of people to further pursue that with, right? So I take accountability too. Me personally, looking at it from a logical standpoint, the odds are not in my favor, so I'm not going to keep wasting my time trying to pursue odds that are clearly not in my favor. You know, and then also, I just believe too that if you find yourself having the same experiences over and over again, maybe you need to take a break from that and work on yourself. Because, you know, the common denominator is me, or, you know, if you're speaking about yourself. So you can't really control what other people do, but you for the most part, you can control what you do. So looking at it from that standpoint for myself, I'm going to take a break, you know, and focus on myself and what I need to be doing to get better, to heal, to correct my behaviors, my thought processes, my beliefs. And then also, like I said in the other videos, with everything going on, that's really not my focus at this moment. Like, we can't go to the bathroom. Why in the hell would I be concerned about trying to be in a relationship at a time when I don't even have basic human rights? We're constantly fighting for basic human rights, healthcare access, gender affirming care, and just healthcare access. Going to the bathroom, playing sports, being able to have a job. Like, I don't have time to be worrying about romantic partnerships, love, relationships at this time, And also, that kind of also further highlights another aspect of this is, in my opinion, I should say, is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Information will be in the description box below. But Maslow's hierarchy of needs. For a lot of intersex and trans people, we are constantly stuck in survival mode. So getting to self-actualization, we're still trying to get the first 3 to 4, the first 1 to 3 needs met at the very bottom of Maslow's hierarchy. So it's like, we don't really have the time, in my opinion, or the option, I should say, in my opinion, for that to even be on our minds a lot of times. Okay? Like, if you're constantly trying to figure out, if you're going to be able to live as yourself every single moment, every single day, because of the transphobic ass society that we live in, you're not really going to be that concerned about boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives, partners, significant others. You're not. Like, there's bigger fish to fry for a lot of us. For some of us, I should say. For some of us. And that's not my concern right now. And again, I also feel my attachment style makes it where I don't really want to do that either, because it's like, I don't want to be losing myself for other folks. I don't want to be constantly having to forego things that matter to me because you don't like this or that's not what you're into. I can avoid all of that by not dealing with you and being single. I don't want to constantly be thinking about your needs, your wants, your desires. Especially when my needs, my wants, my desires are never taken into consideration. I'm tired of that. So to avoid a lot of that, I would just stay single, and I am staying single. I'm not even interested in dating. Like, I'm just going to be completely honest. I don't have the time or the energy for that right now. So I just so when people ask me, to talk about these topics, and that's always like one of the main things that people want to focus on from a personal standpoint, it's annoying because it's like, I don't care. Like, I'm just going to be honest. I don't. Like, I don't care about that right now. Like, it's just not something I want to be focusing on. And then the other aspect of this is that it's a lot of work and energy. Like, I think people downplay dating and they try to make it into this very simple surface level get up, and they don't take into consideration other people's attachment styles, other people's past experiences, other people's marginalized and or social identities. You don't take into consideration a lot of things. It's not just black and white. There's a lot of gray space. And it just needs to be said. Like, the time and energy that it takes to date for me, that's too much. Like, it is mentally exhausting for me. It is physically exhausting for me. I'm just not interested. Like, that is the honest to God truth. But I'm about to go and lay down laminate flooring in another section of my house. Because, like, when I'm saying I don't have the time, I literally don't have the time. Like, I'm taking care of my mom, looking out for my granny. I have a full-time job. I have a part-time job. I have side hustles. I have contractual work. I'm out here attending different legislative meetings, attending different community action, activism style setups advocating for transgender rights, intersex rights at the local and state level, as well as at the federal level. I don't have time to be trying to fit somebody into that. And knowing that, and knowing how I currently feel, I don't want to waste somebody else's time and potentially hurt them or not be able to show up for them in a reciprocal manner. So to avoid all of that, I don't participate in it. You know, it's that simple. And a lot of people are like shocked and surprised that all of us aren't, you know, fuck boys, fuck girls, fuck people. Like, some of us actually have morals and ethics and standards. Some of us are actually emotionally mature, intelligent, and we're not trying to bring other people into our dysregulated, you know, or in a situation knowing that we can't show up for them the way that we need to show up for them. So we don't even entertain the thought, let alone entertain somebody. So, you know, that's where I'm at. And then also, like I said, I'm not even, like, I have been celibate for 8 weeks. Like, dead ass. I have literally just been laser focused on other things. So I'm just like, I don't care at this moment. And then the other aspect of this, I'm not really interested in having sex. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So even the whole dating aspect of things, in my experiences, it's typically focused on sex. That's what people want with me. So I'm not really going to waste more time talking to people that will act like they want something that I want when that's just them trying to have access to me so they can have sex. It's not because they want what I want. So I'm just not going to participate in it. Anyways, that's where I stand. There's other things I'm concerned about. Let me get to laying this laminate flooring down. I'm out. Oh, and gains. I've been in the gym. Like, gains, baby. Games. I'm in the gym. I don't care about this shit right now.